I've streamed back on this channel ever since I came back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing everything we know about Stranger Things Season 5. And I'm super excited for it. We've recently gotten a lot of news about Stranger Things Season 5, even today. We're still getting news pretty much every single week. Although it's been a while since we got a photo dump from the Duffer Brothers. Duffer Brothers, if you're listening to this, please, we need a new photo dump ASAP. But yeah, so I'm going to go through what we already know so far before I get into any questions. But I do have a lot of questions that people have commented on my YouTube post that I wanted to answer. And I'm going to answer the questions in the live stream. If you guys are watching the rerun, then you'll know the format of the stream. What up, everybody? Angel, Christy, Radius, Grayer, Carlo, Buddies, Stranger Things. How we doing, everyone? All right, let me tell Discord that I'm live, and then we're gonna get right into the news that we already know about, or that we do know about Stranger Things Season 5. We've gotten some new news even since my recent Stranger Things 5 update on this channel, so that's very exciting. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, first things first, obviously the episode titles were leaked. Episode titles were leaked and not confirmed, but I would say most probably those episode titles are the closest thing that we're going to get to the actual episode titles. I think they're going to be pretty accurate, and I think some of them are going to be 100% accurate. And episode 2, I think, is accurate, which was The Vanishing of Blank Wheeler, which is very exciting. Also, guys, later in the stream, we're going to do my Mount Rushmore of episodes, Mount Rushmore of characters, and other stuff that, other ranking fun stuff. If you guys are in the stream, by the way, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go for 50 likes. We got 35 people in here. Appreciate everyone stopping by. So, like I said, episode titles have been leaked, and we also know that the finale was written. Right now, Stranger Things is filming in the downtown Hawkins set, which the set is actually like massive. It's like 4 sets that they built. I don't know where it is, but they basically manufactured a downtown Hawkins, and they're filming there right now. And apparently, I've heard that there's been a lot of extras there today, meaning like, background actors, and there's been a lot of new characters filming there today. Obviously nobody's getting some good pictures, so the security is pretty tight down there, but that's pretty exciting. They're filming in downtown Hawkins right now, so we can only assume that they're filming some pretty important scenes at the moment. What up, Gold? How we doing? Also, I think they just finished filming at the farm. Some big scenes were just filmed there. I think that was the last that they have filmed at the farm. And recently, we got some brand new news that Stranger Things Season 5 could have multiple different time jumps throughout the season. So, meaning that if it starts in November of 1987, the timeline, then it could have a time jump to spring of 1988, and then another time jump to Christmas of 1988, and maybe another time jump. But I think if I had to assume when we get leaked that there's multiple time jumps, I would assume that means that there's going to be 3 time jumps. I don't think it's just going to be 2 time jumps. I think it's safe to say that we could have 3 different time jumps in Season 5 over the course of 8 to 12 months in the Stranger Things Season 5 timeline, which is pretty exciting. Also, there's been a lot of filming done in the Upside Down recently. Same with the radio station, with the leaked scene, of course. I do have that Stranger Things 5 update on my page if you guys haven't already checked that out. What up, all the new people rolling in? We're just going over some news that we know about Stranger Things Season 5. Appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to drop a like if you're new here. So yeah, the leaked scene. We've seen that there was people that drove past the set. Somehow, some way, they knew that they were filming. I don't know how. But anyways, they filmed, and we heard some screaming. We heard, "Steve, you need to run." We heard a lot of leaks and spoilers. So a big scene was filmed at the radio station. I would assume they're going to go back there. I don't think that radio station is done being filmed at, so keep that in mind. We also got some massive leaks about a specific character in Season 5, like literal massive leaks that basically confirmed the second episode title, which was The Vanishing of Blank Wheeler. But I'm not going to go into those leaks because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. If you do want to look it up, just look up, honestly, Yeah, you just don't look it up because it's a big spoiler. It's not really worth knowing, and it doesn't really provide any extra value than what we already know, to be honest with you. Holly is most probably, yeah. So the episode title, Vanishing Blank Wheeler, is most probably the vanishing of Holly Wheeler. That's pretty much confirmed in my mind, so keep that in mind. On top of that, we got another Eddie Munson teaser recently, which I don't really know what they're doing. What is all this? Why are we getting Eddie Munson teasers 2 years after he died in the show? Why are we still getting Eddie Munson teasers? So first of all, we haven't gotten an actual photo dump of season 5 filming for like 3 weeks. And then like 2 days ago, they post a video of them opening an Eddie Munson pillow, like a massive pillow, and putting it in the office. And it's like they're clearly hinting at an Eddie Munson return, or they just love Eddie Munson, but I don't think they're going to be putting that in the Stranger Things 5 broadcast channel if we're not going to be seeing Eddie Munson in season 5. Now, I'm not saying he's actually going to be alive, but I do think we will see Joseph Quinn appear in season 5, whether it's as a flashback with Dustin, or a hallucination to Dustin, or a flashback with the group, whatever it is. I do think we will see some of Eddie Munson in season 5. No doubt about it. Joseph Quinn made Stranger Things way too much money to not return in season 5, so yeah, we're going to be seeing Joseph Quinn in season 5. I almost feel so confident about that I almost want to tell you guys that that's 100%. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it's 100% that Eddie Munson is going to return. But yeah, I would say Eddie Munson's going to return. Tudum. So we haven't gotten teasers in a while. We haven't gotten teasers. I don't think in the month of May so far, we haven't gotten not teasers, but like photo dumps. So recently, like they've been doing a lot of photo dumps. In April, they did a lot of photo dumps on Instagram and the Stranger Things 5 broadcast channel. We haven't really gotten any in like over 2 weeks. So I would assume, honestly, we're not going to get any more teasers, any more photos, any more anything really from the set until Netflix Tudum, which is going to be like in the middle of June. Maybe I don't know though. Like we might get another update later in May, but considering that they just stopped out of nowhere, they're probably building up for a bigger teaser on Netflix Tudum, and that's going to happen in June, I believe. So keep that in mind. I think Tudum's going to be pretty big for the Stranger Things 5 teasers. I definitely think we're going to get a teaser. It might be something small, but I think we're going to get one on Netflix Tudum. Because if you guys didn't see on Instagram, by the way, I have a video out. I have a video coming out maybe tomorrow, probably Monday. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Make sure, don't forget if you have a mother, don't forget that Mother's Day is small. There was your reminder, all right? Do not forget that. That's the one thing that they want from you, is for you not to forget. So, yeah, Mother's Day is tomorrow. I might post the Wednesday update video tomorrow, but anyways, that's besides the point. Jenna Ortega literally posted a Wednesday season 2 teaser the day they started production. Now, mind you, we haven't gotten a Stranger Things season 5 teaser yet. Do you understand what that means? Stranger Things 5 started production back in January. I think it was like January 8th or something. And the day Wednesday starts production, they already put out a teaser. So this is what that means, guys. This is what that means. This is what that means, basically. Like whenever, sorry, I had to time someone out in the chat. Basically, Wednesday got a teaser the day they started production. I believe this is Netflix telling us that Wednesday is the future of Netflix and Stranger Things is in the past. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know if that's whatever. But from my point of view, I think that means that they're handing off the torch from Stranger Things to Wednesday. And they know that Stranger Things 5 is big enough that they don't need to put out teasers right now. They've been filming for 5 months. It's going to release in 2025, pretty much around the same time Wednesday is, but they haven't even put a teaser out yet, and they've been filming for 5 months. They know that they haven't done that because they know Stranger Things is already big enough. It doesn't need teasers right now. It doesn't need teasers this early on. They have people like me talking about it 24/7. They have people on Twitter getting leaks. They have Stranger Things spoilers getting leaks. They have all these leaks that build up natural hype that they don't need the teasers like Wednesday does. But Wednesday put a teaser out already. So it tells me that they're going to go, don't get me wrong, they're going to do teasers for Stranger Things Season 5. I literally think we're going to get a teaser next month. But like they're going to go all out for Stranger Things 5 promotion in late 2024 and early 2025. And as well, they're going to go all out with the Wednesday promotion for Wednesday Season 2. And I think, this is my prediction, This is my prediction. Lock it in. I kind of just made this up on the fly, but I have been thinking about this. I think they're going to release Stranger Things Season 5 in 2025 before they release Wednesday Season 2. And whenever they release Stranger Things 5, that's going to be then like, maybe not before, but like, so say Wednesday, yeah, I don't know. I think they'll release Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1 before Wednesday. And that'll be sort of like them handing off the torch. Like here, Stranger Things carried Netflix for the last decade. Now it's time for Wednesday to carry Netflix for the next decade. You know, I really do think like Wednesday is supposed to be the replacement for Stranger Things. That's like my bold prediction. Let me know what you guys think about in the chat. Do you guys think that's a hot take, or do you think that's like, I think that's pretty good. I don't really know. But yeah, that's what I noticed recently with the Wednesday teasers and everything. That's pretty eye-opening that they already put out a teaser for Wednesday. It's pretty eye-opening, all right? I have Ryan, but I will not be talking about it because there's too many spoilers. 2025 is going to take forever. So I was thinking about that as well recently. So, you know, we're obviously still over a year away from Season 5, most probably. Maybe we're a year away from Volume 1. But regardless, we're over a year away from being finished with Stranger Things. But what people don't notice, what people don't even realize, is we've already been through 2 years of no Stranger Things on air. Like, it's been off air, off mainstream media for 2 years. We've already went through 2 years. We only have like 400 days left until we see Stranger Things Season 5 again. Maybe 500 days, whatever. We have already been through the long part of it. Now we're on the home stretch. This is where it gets exciting. We have filming updates, we have filming leaks, we have streams like this where we can all talk about it. Like, now's the time to build your hype for Season 5. It's gonna be here before you know it. It actually is. I'm not even kidding. It's gonna go faster than you could possibly imagine. So that's really exciting. But yeah, that's the news about Wednesday and Stranger Things and my predictions with that. Some people wanted me to talk about the theories of mine that I think are most likely to come true. I'll get into that, I guess. That's kind of, you know, a shot in the dark. You don't really know what theories are going to be coming true. I did mention earlier the potential time jumps in Season 5. So I'm gonna talk about what this correlates with the release date. So literally today, there was a leaker on Twitter who tweeted out that Stranger Things 5 is going to have multiple time jumps in Season 5. Meaning that, you know, say it's set in 1987, it could go from 1987 to 1988 spring break to 1988 Christmas, right? So that's like a year. Like Season 5 would take place in over a year time span in 3 different time periods in that year, right? But what that could mean is that could represent that they're going to do 3 different volumes for Season 5. They're going to release it in 3 different volumes. And each volume could be a different time period. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if it starts in the fall of 87, that could be Volume 1 released in summer of 2025. 3 episodes. Then you go to spring of 88. That could be Volume 2 with another 3 episodes set in spring of 88. Then you do, maybe you do July 4th of 88, you know, summer of 88. Then that could be the last 2 episodes. And then they could have 3 different volumes. The last 2 episodes would be Volume 3. I think there's a good possibility. Like, I'm not saying, I don't have any confirmed sources saying this, but I do think it's on the board that we have 3 volumes for Season 5. I think it's on the board. I know some of you guys don't want that. Personally, I want that just because it's better for content, just being honest. Just throwing that out there, it's way better for content. We can make theories along the way. It's way better to build up hype and everything. And at the end of it, you could binge it again, you know. So I do think there's a good chance that we get 3 volumes for Stranger Things Season 5, 100%. If you guys are new here, be sure to drop a like, guys. Let's get to 40 likes on the stream. We're at 33 right now. Appreciate all the support. If you're just tuning in, we're going over some news that we have for Season 5 so far, and we're going to get into some questions here in a little bit. So, yeah, also the school and gym were on lockdown with security, so big filming going on there. I don't think Joseph Quinn has been on set, by the way. If Eddie Munson does return, I don't think that Joseph Quinn has been on set already, but if he does get on set, they're probably going to do everything in their power to not leak it. Vecna recently, Jamie Campbell, who plays one in Vecna, recently was revealed on set. Also, something about that is, this is very interesting. this wasn't confirmed, but I'm sort of just like assuming this. So Vecna and Max are both filming scenes right now, but they're not filming on in the radio station or the outside sets, the farm. They're filming inside of a studio in Atlanta. So that tells me that they don't want us to know what Max looks like during filming. Same with Vecna. They don't want us to know what they look like, and they're filming in studios, and they have high security there. Obviously, nobody's going to be able to get any leaks from there. So that was pretty eye-opening news, in my opinion, that Max and Vecna are filming in studios. Also, guys, I do have a Stranger Things Season 5 update on my website right there, Relayed News. You can find that in the description. I don't even know if I put it in the description, honestly, but just look up relayed.news. I have filming updates over there, and I had an Outer Banks update today and Wednesday and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much most of the news we have right now. And now let's get into some questions. If you guys are in the chat, make sure to drop some questions. I'm going to try to answer as many as possible. I'm going to go on my recent community post where I asked you guys to answer some questions, or ask some questions. Someone said, "Are you excited about Stranger Things Season 5? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to answer who's going to die in Season 5. That's too broad of a question. We've already went through that 1,000 times. Okay, let's talk about what theory of mine do I think will be canon. Let's talk about that. What theory of mine do I think is going to become most likely? What theory of mine is most likely to become true in Season 5? I did have a background actor from Stranger Things Season 5 tell me that one of my theories is true. Now, I know for a fact he's a background actor, but I have no idea if he's telling the truth, just pulling my leg. I have no idea. But assuming that, if he's telling me that one of my theories is 100% true in Season 5, and it's true, assuming that it's true, he most likely saw one of my most popular theories. He's not just going to scroll through my page and find all my theories from 2 years ago. He most probably saw a popular theory that I recently posted within the last 6 months, right? Because he DM'd me within the last 6 months. So, with that being said, I would assume that the theory he was referring to is one of three things. Number one, Eddie Munson returning. That could be canon. I think that's pretty obvious, though. Eddie Munson returning as a hallucination or a flashback. Number two, I don't really know. We're just going to skip to number three because this is what I think is most likely. I think he could potentially be talking about and referring to my theory about Will Byers having powers in Season 5. I think that's... I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that's very likely. I think it's very likely that we see Will Byers have powers in Season 5. Just from all the parallel storylines, this is what I wanted to get into. Okay, I'm gonna go get into this, and we'll get into more questions and some rankings and stuff, guys. But this is what I wanted to get into. So I recently put an article on my website, relayed.news, about how Henry Creel, who's Vecna, has a literal parallel storyline with Will Byers. Now, most of us already know this, but if you don't already know, basically, Joyce Byers always referred to Will as a sensitive child. He's not the same. He's an outlier. He drew the mind flayer on a piece of paper. Henry Creel was the same way. His father, Victor Creel, described him as a sensitive kid. He never fit in. He was always the outcast. And Henry Creel also drew the mind flayer. So that's just the broad examples, but they've had parallel storylines. On top of that, the Soteria chip in his neck. I forget what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's Soteria. The Soteria chip in his neck was right here. In Will Byers, whenever he senses Vecna, it's right here. So, same place on the neck. They have parallel storylines. Now, let's get deeper into that. So, we solidified that Henry Creel and Will Byers have parallel storylines. Now, why do I think that means that Will Byers is going to have powers? Well, it was recently revealed in the first Shadow play that Henry Creel, aka Vecna, got his powers as a child when he was abducted, essentially, by who knows what. I didn't watch the play, but I know the general information. He was taken to this alternate dimension referred to as Dimension X. It's not the Upside Down. It's not the Upside Down. Let me be clear. It was not the Upside Down. He got transported to Dimension X, which is some other alternate dimension. And when he was in that dimension, he acquired or somehow got infused with Mind Flayer particles. So Mind Flayer particles essentially got into his bloodstream, and that's how he eventually got powers. Okay? So that's how Henry Creel originally got his powers. He was abducted to an alternate dimension, and he got Mind Flayer particles in his bloodstream. Now, what do we know about Will Byers that would be similar to that? Will Byers was abducted, got taken to an alternate dimension, and in Season 2, Episode 4, literally had the Mind Flayer itself in his body. I know it got taken out of his body, but are you telling me that he doesn't have any Mind Flayer particles in his bloodstream after the Mind Flayer literally lived inside of him as a host? And he was in the Upside Down and got abducted by Vecna, or the Demogorgon, whatever, by Vecna? You're telling me that Will Byers does not have a speck of Mind Flayer particles in his bloodstream? I think there's a very good possibility that we see Will Byers with powers due to those reasons that I just listed off. Okay? Let's answer some questions in the chat here. I'm not going to talk about Karen Wheeler. There's too many spoilers with that. Will 11 die? I don't think so. Let's go over the characters that I don't like. Let's go over the characters who I think are not going to die. By the way, if you guys are in the stream right now, guys, be sure to drop a like. We are almost at 50 likes. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button. So I'm going to go over the characters who I think are not going to die in Season 5 of Stranger Things. Number 1, 11. Now, most people, I would say 50% of Stranger Things fans think she is going to die. The reason why I think she's not going to die is, number one, I don't want her to die, so I'm biased already. But outside of my bias, I would say that the reason I don't think 11 is going to die is because the whole entire storyline essentially started with her. She's the one who set Vecna loose and got manipulated as a child by the oldest project, essentially, in the Hawkins lab facility. And she was abused. She was a science experiment. She escaped, and she helped save the world like 10 times, and she is continuing to save the world. So her going through all that and then dying just doesn't make any sense in my mind. And also, if she would die and like sacrifice herself for her friends, I feel like that would be too predictable. I feel like it'd be too predictable to say that, oh, yeah, 11's going to sacrifice herself for the group and die, blah, 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 blah. I feel like that's way too predictable. I don't think she's going to die. So I don't think 11's going to die. I have mixed feelings on Will Byers. It depends which way they take that direction. If Will Byers has powers, he's most likely going to die. I would say if he has powers, he's most likely going to use his powers and then sacrifice himself. That's not predictable at all, because the only people who are talking about Will Byers having powers are me, you guys, and other Stranger Things nerds, okay? That's the only people. The casual Stranger Things fan is not thinking, oh yeah, that one kid, Will Byers, he has powers. They're not thinking that. So that would be a plot twist, and it would be a very sad death. So I think there's probably like a 40% chance that Will dies. I don't think it's likely though. I don't think Mike Wheeler is going to die. I don't think Nancy Wheeler is going to die. I don't think Dustin, Lucas, or Max is going to die. In fact, I would argue that Max is on my number 1 on my characters who are not going to die in Season 5. She's number 1. There's absolutely, if there was a betting chart, if I could go to Vegas and put money on a money line that Max Mayfield is not going to die in Season 5, I would put every penny I own. I would sell my house and I would put it on that money line that Max Mayfield is not going to die. That is how confident I am that Max Mayfield is not going to die in Season 5, okay? It does not make any sense that she dies in Season 5. Unless she woke up, literally could fly, and then was the literal Greek goddess Themis from Greek mythology and saved the world, she is not dying, okay? Because they're not going to literally bring her back to life with 11's radiation psionic abilities and then have her sit in a coma for the entire time while her friends are grieving there and she has every bone broken in her body, and then just have her die. Okay, that's not happening. I promise you, Max Mayfield is not dying in Season 5. I just don't see it. I think she's 100% going to live. Now, is she going to be able to see I don't know. I'm not the Duffers. I don't know where they're going with that. I have no idea. Okay? Zero idea. I think that there's a possibility that if they kill Vecna and Vecna dies, and Vecna's the one who killed her with his powers, maybe him dying reverts all the things he did with his powers. I don't know how they're going to explain it. At the end of the day, this is a supernatural show. So is she going to be blind? Maybe. But is she going to live? 99% yes. Okay? I do think Vecna will die. I have a theory, and by the way, I will be making a video. I will be making videos on a lot of these topics that I'm talking about today. I'm just skimming over them, really. But I do think there's a very, very good chance that Vecna dies in Season 5. Well, he's 100% going to die. We all know that. But the way he dies is going to be, honestly, I think it's going to be kind of sad. I think it's going to be kind of sad the way Vecna dies. So you know how they revealed like 1 in Season 4 being Vecna? Like it was this whole build-up. Henry Creel in 1 were Vecna. They explained this entire storyline in Season 4. You almost had to rewatch it to understand it fully. And then I think in Season 5, they're going to have a similar episode to that where they explain Vecna's backstory and they explain how he got powers and they explain how I think it's going to be revealed that he was never the big bad. He was always being controlled and manipulated by the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer was the big bad. I have a theory coming out on that. I have a video coming out on that. If you guys are confused about that, I will answer all your questions in future videos. Don't worry. We still have a year plus until Season 5. I have a lot of videos in stock, in store, in my plans. Anyways, I think they're going to reveal how Henry got his powers, and I think they're going to reveal that the Mind Flayer's been controlling him this whole time. And I think if Max Mayfield is alive in his brain, if she's able to convince him that what he's doing is wrong and that it's not his fault and it's the Mind Flayer's fault, I think Max Mayfield's role in Season 5 could be potentially convincing Vecna that he was in the wrong, and then he sacrifices himself for 11 specifically. Not for the group, not for the world, not for anyone else. I think he could, like Max Mayfield could potentially manipulate Vecna to sacrifice himself for 11, who he's tried to kill 1,000 times, who he manipulated when she was a 6-year-old science experiment in a undercover CIA lab, you know, basically Area 51. And yeah, I think there's a good chance that Vecna sacrifices his life for 11. I think that could happen 100%. If you guys are just tuning into the stream, I spent the last 30 minutes going over all the updates and my predictions and stuff. We're going to get into some more stuff here soon. Be sure to drop a like. Let's get to 60 likes on the stream. Would really appreciate it. Do you think Eddie is number 10 from Hawkins Lab? If Eddie is number 10 from Hawkins Lab, I will literally, what will I do? I will do $1,000 giveaway. I will do 10 giveaways of $100 to my subscribers if Eddie is revealed to be number 10. Honestly, I will give away $5,000. $5,000 I will give away if Eddie is revealed to be number 10 from Hawkins Lab. Okay, I will divvy it up. I will do a grand giveaway. I will give away $5,000 of my own money if Eddie Munson is 10 from Hawkins Lab. You can clip it. You can do whatever you want because it's not happening. But yeah, that's how confident I am that Eddie is not. He's not in the lab. Okay, guys, it's not happening. Now, it's definitely more likely that Eddie could potentially become a vampire. I do think that's a possibility. Okay, let me get into this. Do I think Callie/8 is going to return in Season 5 of Stranger Things? Before I get into that, guys, check out my website, Relayed News. I post all my updates over there. I post all my theories, discussions. I'm posting a new article over there every single other day. Every other day I'm posting a new article over there, and I have a newsletter that's going to be releasing every Sunday. You can sign up to that free newsletter, free, on the website. The first one releases tomorrow. So let's get into it. Is Callie going to return in Season 5? No. But I do think she should. I think she should return. Because I think that's one of the biggest plot holes in Season 2. I think she should have returned in Season 4. She didn't. It sucked. Oh well. I do think she should return in Season 5 in some sort of capacity. She doesn't have to have a whole episode about her, but at least reveal that she was there or something. I don't really know. I don't know how they would do it, and that's probably why they're not going to do it. I do think this. They're either going to completely disregard her storyline and not mention her at all in season 5, or they're going to blame Callie's disappearance on Vecna killing Callie. Okay? That's what they're going to do, in my opinion. And there's like a 1% chance that Callie returns and helps 11 defeat Vecna, or vice versa. Helps Vecna defeat 11. Well, they're not going to defeat him, but you know what I'm saying. I think that could be a possibility. I do not think 8 is going to return, though, but I think she should return because I think it'd be a great way to wrap her storyline up. Great way to... Because think about this, guys. There's obviously no perfect TV show at all. I don't even have Stranger Things as a perfect TV show score. I have it as like a 9.5 out of 10 or whatever. I think there's a few flaws. But the reason this show will not go down as a perfect TV show is because of season 2, episode 7. That's literally the only reason. Everything else is pretty much, it flows great. And then there's just like this big bump on the road in season 2, and everybody's just like, well, what the hell? What was that? Can you explain what just happened? Like, I get it was necessary for 11's storyline, but you literally just casually showed us another superhuman who escaped the same CIA lab that was ran by an evil doctor, and you just let her go off screen and never show herself up ever again. You literally had the opening scene of season 2 be the reveal of Callie, showing her 8 right here, wiping off her nose, showing number 8, and then you had a whole episode about her, and then you never mentioned her again. I'm sorry, that's going to go down as a mark on Stranger Things season 5, and it's going to bring it down just a tad. Just a tad. But that's why they should bring her back, in my opinion. That's one thing I wanted to get into. Who is Linda Hamilton's character going to be? Who's the character going to be? So let's get into that. Who's Linda Hamilton's character going to be? I think that there's a few possibilities. I'm not going to write them down. I'm just going to go through them. Number 1, most people think that Linda Hamilton's character is going to be a military person. Potentially the lead military person, okay? She played a lot of roles where she was in the military, so most people think that Linda Hamilton is going to be in a military role. That is definitely a possibility. It's high on my list. But recently this week, I did come up with what do you want to call it? An alternative possibility for Linda Hamilton's character in season 5. If you don't know who Linda Hamilton is, look her up. You'll get the vibe. She's the new member in season 5, okay? I think a possibility for Linda Hamilton's character in lock-in, because this is kind of confusing. I need to drink some water. You're going to want to lock into this, okay? That's a good point, Angel. 8 should have some flashbacks. That would be cool. I think an alternative possibility for Linda Hamilton's character in season 5 could be related to Dr. Brenner. Now let me get into it. Dr. Owens, he's still alive. He's probably going to escape the military's custody somehow, some way. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he might. He might do it, okay? He's probably going to do it. Regardless, even if Dr. Owens doesn't escape the military and they kill him, he still has his group alive. He still has some of his team members alive. The people who brought Hopper to Hopper's cabin at the end of season 4, right? So with that being said, Dr. Brenner died, right? Matthew Modine in real life is 66 years old, or 67, whatever. Linda Hamilton in real life is also 66 years old. I'm not saying the exact ages mean this, but just that general time frame could mean this. What if Linda Hamilton started the Hawkins lab with Dr. Brenner, and they eventually got divorced because she didn't agree with Dr. Brenner's ways and Dr. Brenner's intentions, and she eventually moved away and started her own thing. And Dr. Owens' people call her up. She comes to Hawkins, and she starts a whole new project for 11 to get her powers, but she does it in the right way, sort of how Dr. Owens wanted to do it, but Dr. Brenner kept being pushy and kept being evil, kept being that villain that he was. What if Linda Hamilton's character is Dr. Brenner's ex-wife who knows about the projects, and she comes back and helps 11 be the best version of herself? and then eventually dies probably because she's a new character. She's gonna die. Anyways, I think that could be a possibility of what Linda Hamilton's character could be in season 5. 100%. I think that could be a possibility. Probably not likely, but if it happens, I called it. Okay, I called it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for all the likes. We're at 60 likes right now. Appreciate all love and support, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is one of my theories. I do want to make a... For real, Christy. I do want to make some more... I do want to make that a video, honestly. I do want to make a video about Linda Hamilton's potential role in season 5. I talked about it a while ago, but I didn't really get into that. I just recently came up with that theory, so that's pretty interesting. Any other questions that I didn't go over? So, how do you feel about Eleven and her mother, Terry, potentially having a reunion in season 5? No, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's too much going on in the storyline in season 5. I think there's too much going on in Stranger Things in general right now for them to bring back Terry Ives and try to make it make sense. And I don't know. Maybe at the very end of the show, they have one scene with Eleven going back to Terry Ives and she like revives her, or like since Vecna dies, like she finally wakes up or something. I don't really know. But I think that is most likely not going to happen. I think most likely Terry Ives will not show up in season 5. Okay. I also wanted to talk about this. This was my recent YouTube short on my channel. You can go watch it if you want. Before I talk about this, I just want to preface this. I do not care about ships in Stranger Things. I love fans from every single ship in Stranger Things. I'm 22 years old. I have a hard time caring about teenage relationships in a fictional show, okay? Just being honest. But here's my theory about Will Byers and his sexuality going into season 5. I know a lot of people think that Byler is going to happen. Byler, if you guys don't know, that means that Mike Wheeler and Will Byers become gay in season 5. A lot of people think that's going to happen. And a lot of people think that Mike and Eleven are going to stay together and Will dies. Here's my theory. This doesn't really, involve predicting Will's fate. I just think this is going to happen regarding his sexuality storyline. I think sometime in season 5. By the way, I did read this somewhere. I don't remember where. It might have been on Reddit, Twitter, whatever. I did read this somewhere, and I sort of took it. But this is now my theory. I am now standing by this. Shout out to whoever made it. I think there's going to be a scene in season 5 where Will sits down with Robin, who's also gay, and Robin is going to have a talk with Will. Okay? I think this is going to happen. And Robin is going to, Will's going to come out to Robin. It's going to be this whole scene. It's going to be like all dramatic and everything. 100%. Not 100%, but I think this could 100% happen, okay? Because it makes a lot of sense. Just hear me out. I think Robin and Will have a talk, and Will will be like talking to Robin about his feelings for Mike, blah, 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 blah. And she's going to say, well, Mike's happy with 11, blah, 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 blah. And then she's going to reference her experience with Tammy Thompson in season 4. If you don't remember, in season 3. So if you don't remember, whenever Robin was coming out to Steve in the bathroom stall when they were just getting over the drugs, she was saying like, I was so jealous of you, Steve, because Tammy Thompson was always interested in you and not me. And then Steve finally caught on, because he's a little slow, that she was actually, lesbian. I think she's going to refer to that experience and say, I always thought that Tammy Thompson was going to be the girl for me, but in reality, there's more out there, blah, 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 blah. She eventually found Vicky. I think that's going to happen. I think they're going to have a talk. I think that's how they're going to play out the storyline with Will's sexuality. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that Mike and Eleven are going to split up. I don't think that's going to happen. Doesn't really make much sense. And for those of you saying that, the blue and yellow stuff, I'm not into that stuff. Whatever. I think all the signs that you see the Byler fans refer to as Will and Mike being gay are simply signs of Will being gay and showing his love for Mike. Okay? Because not once in the show did you ever see Mike show that love back to Will in that way. You never saw it. Whether you want to convince yourself, that's fine. But it never really happened. So I think most of those signs were simply just Will showing his love for Mike. And I think it'll eventually be revealed that Will moves on and eventually, lives a happy life, or he dies. I don't really know. That would suck. But yeah, I love all the characters and Stranger Things. I don't have any hate towards anyone. I'm not homophobic. I don't really want to get into that. But that's my predictions for that storyline. A lot of people think that I hate Will because I think that's going to happen. It's not the case, okay? Will's in my top 10 characters because his storyline is freaking fascinating. And I do think he has powers. Or at least I'm up there. What do you guys think about that prediction, though? Seriously, I want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Will was 1,000% gay, guys. That's not an argument, okay? I'm sorry if you think he's still straight. That's not the case. Will Byers is 1,000% gay in season 5 or in Stranger Things. 100%. It's confirmed. Anyways, that's my prediction with that. Let's move on to more questions. Who do you think is going to die in season 5? I'll touch on this a little bit. I think most likely who's going to die in season 5 is someone like, Karen Wheeler, potentially. Someone like Murray Bauman, because he doesn't really have any emotional connections with family. He could have a heroic sacrifice. I think that would be a very emotional death. I think Murray could die. I think Jonathan could potentially die, sacrifice himself for Will or Nancy. Steve could obviously die, no doubt about it. Anyone else, I'm not really like, oh yeah, that person could die because of this. Maybe Dustin. I don't think any of the kids are gonna die. And if they do die, if any of the kids do die, it's most probably it's either just gonna be Will or just gonna be 11, or it's gonna be all of them and everyone dies, and it's gonna be like a sad ending and they sacrifice themselves to the world. Okay, that would suck. I would be depressed. You'd be depressed. We would all be depressed. And the next Stranger Things spinoff should just be called Depression, honestly, if that was the case. So I don't think that's the case. But who knows? I don't really know. You don't know, I don't know. Duffers know, though. Duffers, if you're in here, give us a hint. Come on. We need something. So, yeah, guys, comment any questions you have in the live chat here. I'm going to go into, comment all the questions you have. I'll scroll through them after I do this. I'm going to go through my Mount Rushmore of Stranger Things episodes. My Mount Rushmore of Stranger Things episodes. This is pretty much my top 4 episodes. But it's supposed to represent the Mount Rushmore, like the episodes that represent Stranger Things. They are both my top 4 episodes and both my Mount Rushmore. Just FYI. And I will come out with another video ranking every single episode in Stranger Things eventually. But here we go. My Mount Rushmore in episodes. The first on the Mount Rushmore, not the fourth, the first Mount Rushmore is season 4, episode 7. The Massacre at Hawkins Lab. I think that is the epitome of what Stranger Things is all about. The lab storyline, an alternate dimension that's haunted by a demon person who's haunted by another the Mind Flayer, another monster. And the lab storyline, this, that, and the other, it was perfectly crafted. Personally, I watch Stranger Things for the lab storyline, MK Ultra, the Montauk Project, all the conspiracy part of stuff. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist in real life. I'm just a nut, to be honest with you. I love talking about the MK Ultra in real life. That's what Stranger Things is based on. And in season 4, episode 7, really dives into that. So I think season 4, episode 7 is not only the best episode in the entire show, but it's also the first of my Mount Rushmore. The second episode on my Mount Rushmore is season 3, episode 8. This is the Battle at Starcourt. Do I really have to get into it? It was freaking awesome, okay? Go rewatch it tonight. You'll have a blast, okay? You'll still have a blast to this day. My third of my Mount Rushmore is season 2, episode 9. Now, some of you would say season 3, episode 4, season 4, episode 4, season 4, episode 9. There's so many good episodes in the show, people. I love season 2. It's not my least favorite season. And season 2, episode 9 is my third favorite episode of all time. It was freaking phenomenal. The Elle and Hopper reunion, Elle saving the literal world and flying. It was great. Everything about that episode was awesome. Season 2, episode 9 is third on my list. The last episode on my Mount Rushmore, in my 4th favorite episode of all time, pretty obvious what it is. The first episode in the entire series. Season 1, Episode 1, dives into the Hawkins lab. It is freaking beautiful. I love it. It's amazing. The vibes, the nostalgia. Season 1, Episode 1 was awesome. That's my Mount Rushmore for episodes. Favorite season? You're looking at it right here. Over there. Right there. And that's my favorite character. Right there. That's my favorite character. Elle's my favorite character because she's the star of the show. She was the victim. She was not only a victim of Hawkins' lab, but she was also a survivor, and she thrived after Hawkins' lab and became a superhuman and saved the world like 10 times, and she'll save the world again. We're 3 likes away from 70 likes on the stream, guys. Be sure to drop that like. Would really appreciate it. Let's talk about that. Let's get it. I know I said I'm not into ships, but I do have predictions for all these ships, so I'll get into it. The love triangle. The love triangle in season 5. Steve, Jonathan. Wait, let me redo that. Steve, Jonathan, Nancy. The love triangle, okay? Who's going to end up with Nancy? Steve or Jonathan? Jonathan or Steve? Here's my prediction. It's Steve. Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry to whatever. Sorry to make you mad, sad, happy, whatever. Steve and Nancy are 1000% going to end up together in season 5. I would almost put my entire life savings on it and not even blink twice. That's how confident I am that Steve and Nancy are going to end up together. I did not think that it was this likely until I did my recent rewatch, okay? And so we're going to get it. I'll get into that flashback. Let me write that down. Okay. I did not originally think that Steve and Nancy were going to be this obviously together in season 5 until I did my recent rewatch. I know that didn't make any sense. Let me get into it. If you rewatch season 4, episodes 7, 8, and 9, whenever Jonathan is separate from Nancy, it is so obvious that not only Steve hasn't, like Steve even talks about it in season 4. He was talking about how he had these pointless hookups with these women and nobody's the same as Nancy, or maybe he wasn't saying Nancy, but he was definitely referring to it. It was clear that Steve just hasn't had any luck with girls and hasn't moved off of Nancy and still loves her. And whenever they're together in season 4, Nancy shows love for Steve. They obviously flirt. It's so obvious. Eddie even points out that Wheeler girl over there, she jumped in right after you, before me. She didn't hesitate once, showing that Nancy loves Steve and doesn't want him to die. And then on top of all that, at the end of the whole entire season, in season 4, episode 9, whenever Jonathan's like nailing the board on the house, he's like, I'll reenact it. He's nailing the board like this, and then he's like, "Are we good, Nancy? Are we good?" And Nancy's like, Yeah, we're good. It's like this awkward dynamic that's clearly showing then that they're not good. Jonathan lies to her in the whole entire thing, and then says like Steve's a douche or something. He like talks trash about Steve, and then Nancy defends Steve and says, no, Steve's actually matured a lot. And then Jonathan's like, oh yeah, you're right. And it's like this awkward dynamic, and they're clearly going to break up, and Nancy and Steve are clearly going to be together in season 5. Or Steve's going to die, and that's going to force Nancy and Jonathan to end up together. Or Jonathan's going to die, and that's going to force Steve and Nancy to be together. Or Nancy dies, and everyone's not happy. So, who knows? Did someone donate? I didn't see the donation. I'm sorry. Who donated? I'm yapping away here. Oh, the opening scene of season 5. Let's get into that. We're 50 minutes into the stream, guys. Make sure to drop a like. Let's get to 100 likes on the stream as a total. If someone did donate, thank you so much. DM me on Twitter if you donating so I can respond to you. But yeah, let's get into it. Season 5, episode 1. What up, Ace? How we doing? Season 5, episode 1. What do I think is going to happen? Let's just get into me predicting the events of season 5, episode 1. Now, I'm going to... I don't know why I didn't see those donations. It's weird. DM me on Twitter, bro. So, I also don't have my volume up. It's my bad. I'm gonna predict the events for season 5, episode 1, and I'll probably eventually make a video about this. But let's get into it. This is literally exactly how I think season 5, episode 1 is going to go down. Okay. What up, Cayman? How's it going? I appreciate everyone who stopped by. My season ranking is 4, 1, 2, 3. Seasons 4, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's how it is. Not gonna get into that. Too much of whatever. I don't really care. I have an emotional attachment to season 2. That's why it's not on season 3's level. That's why season 3 is not on its level. So here's my prediction for season 5, episode 1. I think this is literally going to be the opening scene. I know it already got leaked, but I'm going to describe to you. This is basically a confirmed spoiler because this is how it's going to be. Okay, this is how season 5 is going to start. Season 5 is not going to start with them recapping what happened at the end of season 4, episode 9, and that, and the other. It's a 1.5 year time jump, people. Season 5, episode 1 is going to start out with a flashback, and this flashback is going to be a flashback of Will in the Upside Down. Okay, it's going to be a flashback of Will in the Upside Down. 100%. And he's going to be like singing under his breath, should I stay or should I go? And it's going to show sort of how he survived and what happened to him in the Upside Down. That's going to be the first scene of season 5. Then, after that, honestly, I don't know. But that's what I think. That's how I think season 5, episode 1 is going to start. In season 5, episode 2, I think that Holly Wheeler is going to get taken by the Demogorgon or by Vecna. And then, there's a lot of other stuff that's going to happen. But that's one of my predictions. Yo, appreciate it, Ray. Appreciate it. Thank you. What do you guys think the final episode title is going to be? What do you think the last episode title for season 5 is going to be? Personally, me, I think the final episode title for season 5 is going to be, I don't know. But it would be cool if it was Over and Out. Over and Out. That would be so fire. Or, I don't really know. I want to see your guys' predictions, though. Send me your guys' predictions for the final episode title. Over and Out would be so cool. The End, yeah. I mean, that's pretty generic. I feel like a lot of TV shows have done that. The End. Someone said that it could be Stranger Things, but I think that's also kind of generic, just saying the title of the show. Dude, I swear to God, if it comes out that the last episode title is 11, I will freak out. I will actually freak out. Oh my God, I will freak out. If that's the final episode, I will freak out. For real. I will seriously freak out. Dude, what if the final episode title was called The Final Countdown? And it plays the Final Countdown song? Oh my God. The final campaign, the final battle. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, those are all pretty generic, but they could happen. I'm right there with you. Over and Out is the most unique and would be the best, in my opinion. I think we can all agree Over and Out would probably be the best. But they're probably not going to do that, I would assume. I'm trying to think of any other. What is your theory on Eddie coming back? Someone said that Max could get powers because 11 revived her with powers. That's interesting. I don't know how that would work, but potentially, I guess. I think Eddie's going to come back. Like I said earlier in the stream, I think that's going to happen. I mean, I don't think he's going to be alive, but I wouldn't be disappointed if he was alive, to be honest with you. I would not be disappointed if Eddie Munson was alive. I would not be disappointed. I promise you that. I absolutely promise you that. I do not think, or I think that would be like awesome. Do you think the finale might be called Dungeons and Dragons? By the way, drop any questions you have now, guys. I'm going to spend the last part of the stream answering any of the questions from the live stream. Ask all your questions. Do I think the last episode title for Season 5 will be Dungeons and Dragons? No. And the reason I think that is because the Duffers confirmed that it's not just one big D&D game, and it's not one big dream. So it's not fake, essentially, is what they're saying. So with that being said, I feel like if it was fake, it would be called Dungeons and Dragons, 100%. If it was just all one D&D game, it would be called Dungeons and Dragons, for sure. What is your theory on the Upside Down being stuck in time? I think the reason the Upside Down is stuck in time is because the first person that got taken, the first real person that got taken to the Upside Down, besides one who had powers, was Will Byers. And whenever Will Byers went in there, I think it could be potentially revealed that Will Byers' powers are he's able to create universes in his mind, essentially. And the reason the Upside Down is stuck in that time frame is because when he was taken on November 6, 1983, he immediately created everything he knew, which was Hawkins, Indiana. And that's why it's Hawkins, Indiana, and stuck on that date. There's probably more to it, but that's just like a general. Do you think any of the grown-ups will die? I don't think Hopper's going to die. I don't think Joyce is going to die. And I don't think Nancy's going to die. And I don't think Robin's going to die either. Okay? That's pretty much 100% those people are not going to die, in my opinion. I think Nancy will end up with Steve. Do you think Will and 11 are going to have a big fight? No. Unless Will turns. If Will gets turned to the dark side, then yeah. And maybe 11 has to kill him. That would be sad. 11's going to enter in Will's mind in this memory since he was in the Upside Down to find a weakness to Vecna. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I don't know how that would work. Do you think Mike will survive in Season 5? Because Finn Wolfhard said he doesn't foresee his character dying in Season 5, which means that Mike won't die. I do not see Mike dying in Season 5. I think he will survive 100%. Do you think 11... Or no, I don't think that. What are your opinion on Eddie's... So, there's this huge theory that all the people that Vecna has killed, or that have died in the Upside Down, or that have been a victim of have been a victim of Vecna's actions, and that's why they have died. There's a theory that all of them are going to come back to life at the end of Season 5, Episode 8. I don't want that to happen, to be honest with you. I don't want that to happen. If a character returns, if Billy returns, if Eddie returns, if someone returns, I want that return to be specifically surrounded by them. Having more than one character return is too much. Maybe 2 characters, that's the most. But having more than one dead character returning, I don't really like that. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea at all. I don't think Enzo's going to be in Season 5, but maybe he will. I don't think he's going to be in Season 5, though, if I had to guess. What about the future Vecna show to Nancy? Good one. This is a whole another yap session about to happen. Before I get into this yap session about Nancy's visions that Vecna showed her, check out my website, relay.news. I worked hundreds of hours on that website. Maybe not hundreds, but I put a lot of hours into that website. I have an article coming out every other day on that website. It's awesome. Go check it out. And also drop a like on the stream. So, what did Vecna show Nancy in Season 4, Episode 8, I think, whenever she got put into a trance? Or 7. Episode 7. Maybe it was Episode 6. I don't really know. I think that Vecna literally showed her what she said. I think he showed her that her whole family is going to die, Hawkins is going to split in half, and the world's going to fall and die into flames. That's what he showed her. And one of those things has already happened. Hawkins has already fallen. Literally. Like, it, 4 lava gates just emerged from the ground, okay? It pretty much already fell. Hawkins is pretty much cooked at the moment. As far as her family dying, this is my theory. And I probably should wait to tell this on like a TikTok or whatever, or YouTube video, but since you guys are in the stream, this is my treat to you, giving you one of my theories earlier. I think that him showing her that the family her family dying was true. I think Vecna believes that that is going to happen. And I think Vecna is going to attempt to do that. And the way he's going to attempt that is Season 5, Episode 2 is titled The Vanishing of Blank Wheeler, okay? I think that Wheeler, well, there's a rumor that the Season 5, Episode 2 is titled that. But if that's true, I think that that title is actually The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. And I think that could potentially be the beginning of Vecna's visions coming to fruition in Season 5. He takes Holly, and then everyone's going to try to go save her from the Wheeler family, and then he kills them one by one. But I think that he's going to fail, and they're going to stop him from killing the Wheeler family because Nancy's going to find a solution because she's seen the visions. I think Nancy's going to have a pretty big role in Season 5. And I think that, yeah, he does believe that he's going to kill the Wheeler family. But I think they're going to be able to stop him from doing that. And I think he's going to use Holly as bait to try and lure the Wheeler family towards him so he can kill them easily. That's my prediction with that. Let's bring this over. So I can easily read the chat. Yo, we're almost to 100 likes, guys. 24 more likes. Would really appreciate it. All you have to do is tap that like button. Do you think Mr. Cluck will return, or Yuri and Susie? I hope Susie doesn't return because she's the reason Billy died. Not really, but sort of. I don't think there's any use for Susie's character, though, to be honest with you. Yuri, no. I would say 100% no. Yuri's not returning. Mr. Clark, I hope Mr. Clark returns, but I don't think he'll return. I hope he returns, but I don't think he'll return. Do you think this season would make a perfect time for Steve to confront Dustin since Eddie is dead and be there with him for him? I mean, I think he's already done that, really. I mean, I think he's going to already do that. I think Steve and Dustin are going to be a duo in Season 5 again. I mean, it's a 1.5-year time jump, guys. It's a 1.5-year time jump from Season 4 to Season 5. Dustin's going to be over Eddie's death as far as like mourning and stuff. He's not going to be still like really sad about it. He's not going to be depressed. It's a 1.5 years. He's going to be like back in his happy mood. And him and Steve are going to be hilarious once again. That is 100% happening. I'm wondering why the group didn't notice Eddie was dead, like not talking about it. They probably didn't talk about it because they probably thought that like they didn't want to appear to be on Eddie's side in front of the entire Hawkins town. And that's like the last thing they're thinking about right now. They're thinking about like, what the hell just happened? Our town just got split up by this alternate demon from the alternate dimension. And how are we going to stop this? Are we going to die? Is the world going to end? Like, the last thing that's on their mind is a victim of Vecna's actions, you know? I think Will dies because he has powers and tries to help Elle destroy the Upside Down forever. Definitely a possibility in my mind. Definitely a possibility in my mind. For sure. Do you think the season would make the perfect time for Steve to comfort Dustin? Yes. Do you think we could get a Vecna and Will fight? If Will has powers, absolutely. I do think we're going to see Vecna face to face with Will Byers at one point in Season 5. I do think that's going to happen because I think that is essential. And I think that will answer a lot of our questions about why Henry Creel and Will Byers' storylines are parallel, if Will Byers has powers, etc., etc. I think that will happen. New duos? I don't really want to see any new duos, to be honest with you. I think we have good duos as it is. Do you think Lucas and Max will get back together? Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think Will is going to explore his past just like L, and something between Will and Vecna happened in season 1? Potentially, if Will has powers and able to do that. I don't know. I mean, that's a traumatic experience, so maybe he can't really remember that well. I'm not sure. It's a hard thing to predict. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think Steve was screaming? Or who do you think was screaming at Steve to run? I think it was Will Byers, but I also think it could have been Will Byers and like Dustin or and someone else. Do you think there was a reason Vecna never confronted Will? No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I think Ted Wheeler will finally stop being lazy and actually be a big role in season. I don't think Ted's going to have a big role in season 5, dude, honestly. I think most likely what's going to happen with Ted is that he's going to sort of, I don't know. He's going to like know what's going on. He's going to know about the Upside Down and stuff, but he's going to still be like in this stage where he's sort of denial, but sort of getting into it. And then by the end of it, he's going to be like all in. He's not going to really have, I don't think he's going to have like a big role by any means, but I do think that he's going to be like, by the end of it, aware of the Upside Down, aware of Vecna, aware of what's all that's happened because Holly's going to be taken and all that stuff. I think he's going to be more in the loop for sure. I think the Thessal Hydra could be a possible monster, 100%. If Will has powers, guys, okay. This is a whole nother topic. This is another rant. If Will Byers theoretically has powers, how is he going to have powers, and what is his powers are going to be? Well, he's going to have powers because the Mind Flayer was once in his body, and the Mind Flayer particles are going to be in his body. That's why he has the feeling on his neck, and he just doesn't know how to activate them. Or maybe he does, and he's just afraid to tell. I don't really know, okay? If Will Byers has powers, in my opinion, this is what his powers are going to be. I think his powers are going to be him literally being able to create stuff out of thin air. Callie could do hallucinations, you know? Will's going to be able to do that same thing, but literally create them, and they're going to be real. So say Will goes into the Upside Down, which he, like, I don't know. There's a theory that Will, like, created the Upside Down of what it is. He created it to be like Hawkins when he got taken. If he did that, what if when he goes into the Upside Down again, he creates the Thessal Hydra, the dragon that he drew, the dragon that he painted and showed Mike? What if he creates that and has that fight Vecna in the Mind Flayer? I think that would be the most epic battle ever. Do you think Steve and Robin will end up getting a new job? No. I think season 5 is going to be no fun and games, all seriousness. We got to save the world. Maybe, though. I think the Vision doesn't just see the fate of Mike and his family, but I could also see the death of other characters. Yeah, potentially. Ted did say he's going to have a bigger role in interviews. I did see that, yeah. I do think Ted's going to have a bigger role, but I don't think that means that Ted's going to have like this massive, awakening. You know what I'm saying? I think the opening of the gate when we see Holly and Karen, I believe that was an attempt to kill them. Maybe. Relay, can you imagine Eddie is cast with an army of Demogorgons and Demodogs and Demobats with the Mind Flayer behind him and invading Hawkins? That's insane. That's insane. I mean, I'm here for it, but that's insane. That is absolutely insane. That would be pretty cool, though, I guess. That would be pretty cool. Do you think Will Byers will possibly betray the group? Yeah, I think that's a possibility. I think it's very low. I think it's probably like a 10% chance, but I think it's possible. What if Max wakes up possessed? I talked about this in my recent Max Mayfield video. It's on my channel if you want to go check it out. I talked about how Max could potentially get possessed just like Billy was possessed. And this could be like another slot for a Dacre Montgomery cameo in season 5 again as Billy Hargrove. And I think that could be like a throwback to, in a parallel to Billy getting possessed, Max getting possessed, but eventually getting out of it and surviving because she has good karma, And I think that's a possibility. But I'm probably going to end the stream here, guys. Thank you for watching. Hour and 10 minutes. Let me know what you think about this in the comments about this stream. If you want more streams like this, maybe I'll do one once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it is. I do want to do a stream every here and there, and I want to get better at talking and more fluid and not saying every 5 seconds. But I do want to eventually. I want to do like a live relayed show every single week, you know, so I can promote relayed news right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed all the information. If you guys want more Stranger Things content, go on my YouTube channel. I have 4 recent YouTube videos that you can all watch. All about recent news, recent information, recent predictions from me. And I also have more videos coming out. Some potential some future videos that are going to be posted on this channel. Everything we know about Wednesday Season 2, I think, is going to be my next video releasing. Then a Dr. Owens video is going to be out sometime soon. A Nancy Wheeler's video is going to be out sometime soon. And past that, I don't really know, but those are like 3 videos. Wednesday, Nancy, Dr. Owens, those videos are coming to you within the next 2 weeks. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure to drop a like I said. Check out my website, relay.news, where I post every other day on there with a new theory. I have a bunch of theories over there, a bunch of discussions, a bunch of fun facts. I also have a free newsletter over there where the newsletter is going to be releasing tomorrow with an exclusive Stranger Things theory, discussion, fun fact, and Stranger Things 5 filming update. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one. If you have any questions, I probably should just invite you guys to the Discord real quick. Join my Discord. I will be active in Discord tonight. Here's the invite. If you have any questions, go in there. We go in that Discord all the time. So join the Discord. We're almost at 1,000 members. Like I said, have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.